so lately, for no good reason, I've just been mindlessly scrolling different social media platforms, rotting out my brain, filling them with viral sensationalism cavities, and the videos I've been drawn to and just find myself like kind of like stupefied towards is First Amendment auditors and the people who are stupid enough to entrap themselves by giving them their time and exactly what they want. So, you know, it goes back probably like 7-8 years, who knows? But you know, anyway, around that time, you see these videos start to pop up of these guys going out with cameras on, handheld camera, phone holders, whatever it is, like tripods in their hands. And the reason is, I'm stress testing my First Amendment right to film in public. And yeah, a lot of these guys usually do it under the guise of, oh, well, I'm doing a news story, a local news story. I'm part of the press. And it's like, yeah, that's all like whatever and stuff. And it's like, yeah, it's sure, it's their right to do it, but I think I think at this point it's become beyond that. I think a lot of these guys have just jumped on that auditing bandwagon because they know that society is filled with enough people who just don't have the sense to leave well enough alone, and will approach them and make an entirely larger issue out of them being filmed, than if they just went about their business. Because what happens is, like, a person will just be standing outside of a store or on a walkway with a strip of stores or just in a public area, just holding up a camera filming. And on its face, it's like, it's just weird. It's like, yeah, sure, you can do it. I'm not one who would be stupid enough to just think that I need to make that guy's business my business. But these guys, for whatever reason, I don't know whether they make money doing it or they're truly just like stress testing their rights. But I think that's just like the veil in which they tell themselves and others, because the amount of people that are just willing to go outside of being an otherwise just unknown nobody, just indiscriminately filmed in the frame of someone's videotaping in public, deciding to come up and make themselves the focal point of their footage. And it's crazy because what's getting in the way of a lot of people that are just not, that are compelled to approach these guys and get themselves into a ridiculous verbal altercation, it's just a big sense of pride. And you don't have an expectation of privacy out in public. And quickly, it's once that happens, once that approach takes place of the unwitting individual, not necessarily the focus of what's being filmed, comes up to the auditor, and it's like walking to a chess table of a chess match that you've already lost without even, you moved once, and that was making your way to that person filming you, or just filming anything, not necessarily you, and then it just all falls apart from there. And I think, though, that these people don't have any expectation of privacy, the auditors certainly have an expectation of getting a reaction from someone. I don't imagine a lot of these guys do this without expecting that to be the case, because a lot of them do carry they carry fucking cans of mace. It's like they know, and I don't think anybody paying attention and having watched enough of these stupid clips can easily see that, like, they go out with the intent of getting the reaction, because no one's just gonna upload, you know, an hour and a half of people just picnicking out on a field in a public quad at a college and just throwing a frisbee, minding their own shit. That it's beyond that, because that's what's sensationalized. That's an unusual staticky interaction, and people enjoy watching that. I don't think auditors are stupid people. I think they're not entirely honest as to why they're filming. But the people that give these guys exactly what they want, they become more than just a far off, distant object being filmed through a camera lens. They decide to come up and say, well, why are you filming? What are you doing? Okay. And it's just like they start getting closer, face to face, touching one another, putting their hands on one another. And then a lot of the times, I would say 8 times out of 10, watching these videos, the auditor ends up deploying fucking bear mace or whatever Dog the Bounty Hunter type fucking weapon they're walking around with at the time. And I just think it's such a stupid dynamic. I think it's really just a sign that society has got it way too good. And what I mean by that is, like, yeah, you can walk around with a GoPro or your cell phone on top of a selfie stick and film whoever you want, and most of the time be okay. You kind of, you know, be lightly assaulted by having your camera equipment smacked out of your hand, or you having hands put on you or whatever. And then also the person who has just way too much pride and is just like has to feel as though that they have to be a hero in this situation to do something about it. The dynamic of it is just, it takes two parties of idiocy to bring that together, the agitator and the aggressor. You know, my advice to people who care that much about auditors, just walk away, go somewhere else, go somewhere where they're not. But I think the whole thing about the First Amendment auditing, though I fully support the First Amendment, I don't feel the need to stress test it as these guys are telling themselves. And I certainly wouldn't feel entitled enough to approach someone to the point where I think I would have any sort of power or authority over them, telling them what to do with their own time or what they're filming. Because though it's just fucking goofy as all hell to me. A lot of the points they make are valid, and these are that's the social judo, kung fu that they have at the ready to get these people that approach them to a boiling point, to where some of them, not all of them, but I would say, yeah, there's been a few times where police are actually called, the person gets taken away because the individual in question being filmed, who didn't like being filmed and took such issue with it that they had to confront the person angrily and combatively, just didn't want to let it go. They just didn't want to move on. And I think that a lot of that's due to the fact that there's still a good many people that are new to seeing these auditor types around, and it's puzzling to them. That's the most charitable way I can look at it. But at the same time, have a little bit of sense about yourself. Like, if you don't want yourself to be filmed, just take off. Just go somewhere else. Because then you're the subject. Then you're the main attraction of what they're filming, and that's what they want. They want pushback. They want something to upload. And I think it's stupid when it's just telling themselves that it's at face value, just stress testing. No, they want the reactions, they get the reactions they want, and they upload it. I don't think a lot of them would do it otherwise. So if you want to maintain your power to not give them that, don't approach them. don't don't make it an issue for yourself where you're potentially making yourself look stupid because, okay, though you may feel violated, your privacy is invaded. You're just strongly and emotionally responding to something that's odd and not often seen, but more and more is being seen and is being experienced. So people you gotta let it go. You gotta let it go, and you gotta just not perpetuate or complete that dynamic that's gonna cause you to look stupid, and at the same time, it's gonna bring others to see how stupid you were and unrelenting in your idiocy. So that's it's just a laughable thing of American society, and I just wanted to speak on it real quick. Thanks for watching.